Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. Folks, it is Sunday evening, and I want to have a conversation with you about a story that's not trending nationwide, but it's picking up some traction coming out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Nick's in the Sticks. This is a historical restaurant formerly known as Nick's Original Filet House. Nick's Original Filet House, founded in 1939 in Knoxville, Alabama, and it relocated to the Sticks on Culver Road outside of Tuscaloosa. And yesterday, a video was posted. Thank you to the three people who sent me this link. The story is in my community section, and I urge you to just take a look at it so we can have a healthy, robust conversation this evening, okay? One of the owners, you can see him not making the racial slur that he has been accused of, but trying to somewhat sort of explain himself. He's being filmed, and his wife, I've got their names, just give me a second. Supposedly, they spoke to a Caucasian whose name I do not have. The Caucasian brought some black folk to this restaurant that they had never been to. Her son's 22nd birthday, okay? And supposedly Jack Moltz, M-O-L-T-Z, this is the guy that is being accused of saying the niggers to the white guy who brought them there. I've got the quotes. Give me a second. He says, he approached him on the side and said, "Are you going to consult with these niggers?" Supposedly, he said it loud enough for them to hear, okay? But now there was no ruckus in terms of, physical altercations. Nobody was throwing chairs. Oh, do I love to see niggas throw chairs. None of that, okay? And then he also said, he asked this other guy, the big white guy who brought them there, "Do you condone these blacks?" Now, the story, as I said, is picking up traction, and they filmed everything. Someone filmed everything. It looked like a bunch of black women, maybe one or two black males, but I didn't see any father figures. I could be wrong. Let's have a discussion, okay? So this is picking up traction, and this particular restaurant is under fire, shall we say, all right? So I want to go first. I want to jump out the window. And I have a problem with the mother who took her son there, 22 years of age. It was his birthday this past Saturday, which was yesterday. Hold on a second, guys. Somebody's texting me. This could be important with regards to this show. Deeds, is my audio okay? Is the spelling okay? Okay. Deeds says Hunter Sartain is the name of the white man defending the black people. Well, Deeds, thank you. I don't think he was defending them. I think he's a snitch and a piece of shit. I think he's a liberal who's, he's looking now for pats on the back. But just give me some time. Thank you, Deeds. We do have the guy's name who brought the black folk to the restaurant. Okay, so I have a problem with the black mother who brought her 22-year-old black son to this white establishment yesterday for his birthday. Why would you take him to some place that's, you're not familiar with, on his born day? I mean, a lot of people celebrate their born days. I don't, birthday weekend, we about to turn up. I mean, you turn up with friends, or people that you're familiar with. Was she trying to, I don't know, maybe introduce him to a wider variety of things? And then they got themselves a nigga wake-up call. Oh, a nigga wake-up call is a beautiful thing. I just want to say that early. So, again, the video is in my community section. I urge you to just take a peek at it. Formulate your own thoughts. This is the objective perspective for those who don't know. I am the objective hater, not a player hater. So I welcome people from all different walks of life to give your thoughts, your opinion, your perspectives on this particular story. Again, it's picking up traction. Tuscaloosa. I've been to Alabama maybe twice in my life. A couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, when I took my Florida road trip. And I went through Birmingham because I had to see Martin Luther King Jr.'s church in person with my own eyes. And I was there filming outside. And then I drove out to Tuskegee to the museum. Then I drove all around, nothing special, but I'm not hating on it. But it's got a lot of racial history there. Oh, and guys, what was the area where it must have been a little over a year ago, where they had the brawl on the the captain, and somebody was busting white folks upside the head with the chair. Oh, that was Alabama, yes. And Carly Russell, she lied. Carly said she saw a white baby in a diaper going alongside of the road. So they've got a lot of history in Alabama. So I take issue with the mother who took her son there. That's first and foremost. And let me also say this, because I'm going to go first. I'll let you guys call in. Why do you want to be amongst white folk? Why? Why didn't you go to a black restaurant? If that's your baby, 22 years of age, why not take him to Atlanta, to Magic City, huh? I'm as serious as colon cancer. Why not take him someplace where he would feel maybe comfortable, or people he knows? And the female, Carla Moltz, M-O-L-T-S, M-O-L-T-Z. You can see her in the video saying, I'm calling the police. I don't blame her. I don't blame Karen, because, hey, something might happen. Somebody might start turning up. So the video is there. Now, I'm not sure if they've issued a statement since this happened, but this is picking up in the Alabama area. And again, this place goes back to 1939 in Knoxville, Alabama. And there you have it. What are your thoughts? Now, let me also say this. We've had many discussions in the past. Racism will never die. People concerned with their own race. And even though race is a social construct, we are the most hateful species on the planet. We are Homo sapiens, human beings. So racism isn't going anyplace. Posting this video is not going to do anything. Maybe some people might boycott for a little while. I don't know. I doubt it. But if anything, and I'm not condoning this guy's behavior, he is what he is. He's a racist. Jack Moltz, I'll say allegedly, just for legal purposes, he appears to be racist. But he's on video trying to denounce what he said. He looks like he's a little turned up on the joy juice. I don't know. What are your thoughts? My thoughts, again, are, why did the mother take him there on his birthday? Supposedly this guy, told them, hold on, let me get his name again. I got to write this down. Thank you again, Deeds. Supposedly this guy took them there. Hunter, Sartain. Let me just say Hunter. Supposedly Hunter took them there. Is Hunter one of those white do-gooders? I don't care if they're racist. You can come here. If the mother and other people are so upset and mentally distraught, then they should sue Hunter, because now this has gone viral, and there's who knows what kind of aftermath may come out of this. Yeah, Hunter should be sued. He's one of those white do-gooders, the type that, you're walking up to the goddamn supermarket, you're nowhere near the entrance, and some white person holds the door and says, hi. The fuck? They're trying to enlighten you or show you manners or do their good white deed of the day. Did you know that? We've had that conversation before. All right, showrunner. I just thought of this out of nowhere. Actually, I've got two showrunners. One later on. Oh, this is a doozy for later. But for right now, was she loyal when you were locked up? Was she loyal? Not even if you did a stretch, if you did a skid bit, if you did a year and a half. Troll babies, good evening. Was she loyal? Did she hold you down? Did she send you packages? Did she come on the visits? When niggas putting her ankles behind her neck. You know, I want to say some crazy shit. You know who, in my experience, who is the least loyal? The least loyal when you're locked up? Puerto Rican girls. Now, Puerto Rican girls can be loyal to other Puerto Rican men because Puerto Rican males, they dumb out, they crash out, they get to stabbing people in the house, slicing, they don't give a fuck. But if you're a man of color, FBA or whatever you want to consider yourself to be, Puerto Rican girls slide off on you. That's just my thoughts, my opinion, okay? Also, guys, Simone Biles, anybody want to give an Olympic update, please? The queen, I called her a queen when I did a show on her about a month or so ago. The comments were very low. You didn't chime in. I saw her today. I'm going to wait until you chime in. Simone Biles, she's got a calf injury, but she did the damn thing today. That's all I'm going to say for right now. And if anybody wants to chime in about the men's basketball Olympic team. Are you kidding me? They look like trash. I'm sorry. Was it South Sudan? Is it South Sudan that almost beat them? You guys call in if you like, all right? Okay, that's my show this evening. David, I see you via email. David, do you want to chime in at some point? I've got a video, in my community section. David's got a new post. I think I titled it different than what he did. I asked the question, are females soldiers in the army of Satan? He put a different twist on, but David, call in if you like, all right? And Joe Black, I see you via email. Thank you for your support, sir. Thank you as always, okay? All right, guys, other than that, let's get the show started here, right? 601, good evening. Are you ready?
Hey, good evening.
Yes.
Good evening, Star. How you doing this evening?
I'm good. How about yourself, sir?
I'm fine, sir. I did see the video, Star, and that's just being in the South. You know what I mean? In the small little towns, that's just being in the South. They're gonna call you the N-word or stuff like that, and this is gonna happen. Now, like the guy said, these are my friends. So apparently, he didn't deal with these black people before, the white guy who was taking up for him. So, like I said, the guy in the purple shirt, he was caught because he probably did say, he tried to run out the restaurant and tried to run back, then sat down because he had guilt on his face. So it happens.
Are you from the South, sir?
Like I said, I'm from, like I said, I lived in Mississippi. I lived in Mississippi and Alabama, places like that before.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Perfect. There's many things I appreciate about the South. And let me just say this, Southern folk, if you ask me, are a lot smarter than Northern folk. Smarter. They have something called common sense. Common sense, And there's a way that you understand what is or isn't or what should be or certain boundaries and or parameters. And if you're not welcome in a certain goddamn place, you don't go there. Right or wrong?
That is true, but Tuscaloosa is where the University of Alabama is.
Yes.
So the University of Alabama produced a lot of.
Yes, sir. Coach Bear Bryant came out of Tuscaloosa, didn't he? Bear Bryant?
He did. And then, like I said, Bear Bryant integrated, black people because he was getting his butt kicked, in the years he was coaching. Right. So he decided to integrate the University of Alabama with black players. So there's a lot of black people in Tuscaloosa. So, that is like I said, that's where the University of Alabama is. As we know, on that Alabama team, it's a lot of black players. So,
yeah.
But
now, hang on a second. Stay with me. Stay with me. So now, Southern folk say what's on their tongues. They don't bite their tongues. They don't have to use a whole lot of highfalutin words to trick you. They say something,
Right.
you understand what it is. if they don't want you over there, don't go over there, right or wrong.
That is true. But like I said, though, Star, he was guilty because, after he went out the restaurant and the other white dude with the white shirt on chased him, after he was getting, chewed out by the other white man, his wife said, I'm calling the police because, I don't think nothing would have happened, but I just think that, he was guilty and she knew it too. But what's so funny, Star, about the whole situation is that the black people in the background, they were just continuously talking and stuff like that. And it was just hilarious.
Sir, it was hysterical. But now let's talk. I appreciate you calling in. So he got exposed by his snitch, cracker friend. Right?
He did.
He did. His cracker friend snitched on him. Well, what the fuck, man? I was talking to you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me just talk my talking, and I'll give you the last word here. What the fuck?
Yes,
now they claim they heard him say niggas. Now, whether they heard him say it or not, they didn't jump up and kick up a whole lot of dust. The fat cracker friend Hunter, he's the one that started kicking up all that dust, didn't he?
He did. So
hang on. So now you got the mammy with the shaved off goddamn side of the head, and she's got the blonde locks. That's a problem right there, right?
Yeah, true.
The hit and miss is nothing. Okay, so he got snitched on by his cracker friend. What's the problem? Okay, so you caught me, you're filming me. I mean, I can't say what I want to say. It's America. Take it from there.
Yeah, I think he wanted to say something else, but he didn't want to incriminate himself when a black dude had the camera in his face, talking about this finna go viral and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I think he said that. But I know your show has a lot of FBA, Foundation of Black Americans.
So we got a lot of white. So we got a lot of white folks watching. They send money behind the scenes. Never mind all the FBA shit, man. Talk your talk.
But
come on.
No, what I wanted to say was this though. Hopefully they give that white man some credit tonight for taking up for black folks.
Oh, you mean the cracker snitch? He's a snitch.
Yeah. I hope they give him some credit tonight because, like I said, sometimes when you get on here, they talk about the white man so bad, but let's see tonight they're gonna give that man some credit.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so
hey, sir.
No, stay with me. So what happens?
Yes,
what happens from here? They've been exposed, saying the N-word. Ooh, now what?
Nothing's gonna happen, Star. It's gonna be business as usual. He might have more people to come in and out to the restaurant because the man said, "I'm gonna tell my friends not to come."
Bingo.
He may have more people.
Bingo. Yeah. White folks are on code.
Yeah.
So you from the South? Come on, talk your talk. White folks are on code. They're not gonna let that place go down like that. Come on.
Yeah, because as soon as they hear like CNN and the other local sections and stuff like that, that business is gonna pick up. The same one, like you said before, in Montgomery. When they had the brawl out there in Montgomery, those white people that got hit with the chairs and slung around and stuff like that, they still go out there and party. Yeah. The probably still got the boat still parked in front of the big boat, so who knows?
If you ask me, they're lucky that a young white boy like Dylan Roof didn't come out with an assault rifle and started bucking at him.
Yeah, and also I'm surprised too that the owner of that restaurant didn't come out with a gun or a baseball bat or called a few of his friends to come and handle business.
Okay. I appreciate it. Sir, before you go, my showrunner, was she loyal when you were locked up? You ever did a little skid bit or stretch?
Well, as somebody told me before, as I heard before from somebody, I didn't have time to go to jail, so I don't know about that. Facts.
Thank you for your call, sir. Thank you.
Sir, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Simone Biles, like I said, she's probably the greatest gymnastic Olympian ever.
Love her.
And even with this calf injury, I think that she's going to do well. I know she's going to get gold, so it's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
So she is the queen. You are right about that.
Queen. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Today was my son's 22nd birthday, and he got to come hear this. Yeah. It's a good little nigga wake-up call for him, you know? Now, I saw a young man in the video off to the side. I want to be careful. He looked a little delicate. Troll babies, you know what I'm talking about in the video? They look like somebody off to the side. What's that word? Looked like he had a little syndrome. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody see the video? Tiffany, I sent you an email. Did you get my email, Tiffany? I see you in the live chat. Tiffany, did you get my email? What's going on? No, he didn't look autistic. He looked like he had a little. Was that the son? Riri, I see you, my nigga, or female, whoever you are. Is that the son? Why would you take him to an old cracker establishment on his birthday? Okay, thank you. Hey, Patrice, I got your donation. Thank you, darling. Lance, I got your donation. Gangster of Love, he says, don't forget Paula Deen sales increased. That's a whole yeah, she cried. She said, what did I do? Paula, I went to her restaurant. Where was that? In Savannah somewhere? That food was banging, Paula Deen. Area code 915. It's Sunday. Are you there, 915? Good evening. Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah, what's the word, man?
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
How you feel, sir? Sunday night, I'm sitting here sipping, had a hell of a day. Where do you want to start?
I guess we can start with your showrunner. The video you got in your community section. I mean, if you ask me, sounded like Buddy didn't want nobody up in there. They didn't look like him on the cool. That's what it sounded like to me.
Did you see the video, sir? Did you see the video?
Yeah, I watched it right now, yeah.
Okay. Come on.
Yeah, it sounded like he didn't want them up in his shop. I mean, he was kind of ballsy if he said what he said to the white dude in front of all them black folks and nobody got to throw in hands. That's kind of surprising. You know, he took the subtle approach, which is whipping out the phone, recording, and trying to go viral. That's what it looked like to me.
Okay.
For real.
Can I ask how old are you, sir?
Oh man, I just turned 36 this year.
Okay. You're a tax-paying citizen, I would assume. Yeah,
I own my own house.
Salute. Family man, and listen, man, you get to a certain point in life and you want your family to live better than you lived. Yes? Your children?
I must say, man, at this point in my life, my wife passed away like a year ago.
Oh, wow.
Like a year and a half ago.
Shit.
So
Okay.
I must say, man, I've been just trying to take it day by day and, keep my head afloat, man, and keep...
Well, please don't bring the show down. Now, hang on a second. Okay, so now most people want to their children to do better than they did. So with that being said, and for the most part understood, so these people who went to, I guess, eat and celebrate her son's 22-year birthday, do you think that they should have gotten a little more information on this place, or just maybe went someplace a little bit more familiar, their own kind?
I mean, of course, a familiar place would have definitely been the best choice. It looked like they was taking dude to the cheapest restaurant they could find. That shit looked real cheap. Like, it didn't look like no spot I would been wanting to spend my 22nd birthday at.
Right.
Being honest.
Right.
I would have been like, what is this? Where are we at? Well, hold up, man. This is what we gonna eat at? I'm gonna pay for my own meal where I want to eat at. Is this ain't it? That would have been my...
So what happens now? This is picking up traction, going viral in a sense. What happens now with the family, the establishment, or is it just another story and it's not much here?
And they looking for Benjamin Crump to pop up. They looking for Benjamin Crump to pop up on the
Well,
crew.
but Benjamin Crump only pops up when there's a body, sir. No bodies here. Nobody's here.
I guess they looking for
Don't hate the player, hate the game. You feel me? You need a body. You need a body.
Hell no, that's crazy. My bad.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Sir, before you go, was she loyal when you were locked up?
I must honestly say, man, I've been blessed by something out here in this universe because I ain't never really been to jail like that.
Okay.
To be honest with you,
Okay.
like I ain't never really did no real jail time. The most I ever been to jail for was some traffic tickets.
Nice.
And that's like a couple days in jail, if anything. You know?
Okay. Have a great night, sir. Thank you for your call. Thank you. Salute.
You too, man.
Yes, sir. Okay. Says he's never been locked down, huh? Like a savage. Guys, coming up later, not right now, after my break, showrunner question, does your child call the next man daddy? Inspired by a true story. A nigga who I've known for over 40 years, damn near in tears. What's that? Today's Sunday. On Friday, damn near in tears. To me, we're associates, not friends. I said, hey, man, you wasn't there, nigga. What do you expect? That's later, okay? Blade, I got your donation. Blade says, the caller beat me to saying it. The man will probably have an uptick in customers like he's never seen now that it's known that they don't want the niggers at Nick's. You know, let's, if we can, take race out of the equation. If you're a business owner, taxpayer, you know, for the most part, law-abiding citizen, do you really want Star Keisha, you know, jumping up on a table, pee popping, dropping down, getting her eagle on, going live in your establishment? Hey, whoa. I'm selling you the king crab legs, yes, but do you have to, like, you know, disrupt the flow of business and my regulars? Thank you, Blade. And Blade, I got your other donations from earlier. Something about what was it? Okay, well, I'm not going to mention it, but okay, that was old, Blade. Thank you so much. Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany says, okay, hold on. No, Tiffany, hold on, guys. Tiffany, I'm confused. I sent you. I hope you didn't send that back to me. Okay, my phone's moving really slow. No, Tiffany, I sent that to you because you were helping me. Why'd you send it back? You're a sweetie. Let's talk either later on tonight or tomorrow. Okay, thank you, Tiffany. Okay, highlights of the video. Okay. I'm bringing some calls here. Guys, area code 302. Good evening. It's Sunday night, late night. A few topics. Are you up to speed? Knicks and the Sticks in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
302.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I just watched the video.
What do you think?
So, I don't know nothing about Knicks, just seen it, but at the same time...
Can you come a little closer, sir? You're on some type of Puerto Rican headset, and it's hard to hear you. A little closer?
Give me 1 second.
Give him a second, guys.
You hear me better?
There you go. Yes, sir. You were saying?
So I watched it, and I was actually thinking
if the guy that they went with, he obviously been going there on the regular,
Right.
familiar,
Yeah.
local guy.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing about the establishment that you've been going to for all these years that you're familiar with.
Facts.
So it's like you brung them there with the possibilities. Ain't no way you've been around. You know the kind of people that you be around.
Mm-hmm. Talk about
that
it.
You spend your money with, that you done been there with your family with plenty of times.
Right.
Before you bring me in this environment.
Yeah.
Or this establishment.
Yeah.
Got my family wide open for anything liable to happen.
Right.
So I would have some questions to my friend also.
I would sue him. Hang on. If I were the 22-year-old nigga, hey, you guys done screwed up my birthday, and I'm gonna sue this guy Hunter. I've gone
viral.
viral.
Yeah, but this is
go ahead, I'm sorry.
You saying the 22-year-old, but it's his father's friend, correct?
I don't know. So I mean, there was sound like a black man filming. Was that the 22-year-old father?
So the guy is obviously the 22-year-old father's friend that has his family with him. You see what I'm saying?
Are you sure, or are you just assuming, respectfully? You sure?
I'm assuming we're watching the video. It looks kind of pretty obvious.
You're assuming. Come on. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. I'm assuming, but still, it's kind of obvious.
Okay.
At the same time.
Okay.
So it's like, you can go at the guy who owns the place, but you can't go but too far because this is his place. And he can say what he wants, feel how you want to feel. That's why if you know more information on where you go at, where you spend your money at, you can make a decision just not to go to these places. So if my friend brought me and my family to this establishment, it's like, dude, why you even got me here if you know the kind of people these are?
Right.
And I got my family with me, armless, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So it goes a little bit further than the person.
Are you from the South, sir? You from the South?
No, I'm actually from up north.
Okay.
I'm from Delaware, but I've lived in Georgia for the past 15 years.
Wow. I hope you're getting out of there soon. It's becoming a hellhole, yeah, Georgia, especially the Atlanta metro area. Whew.
Yeah, who in the right mind is going to move to Atlanta?
Right.
It's Georgia. The state of Georgia is so big, you can move out in the outskirts.
I was in Woodstock for a little over 2.5 years. I had to get out of there. All that goddamn crime and shooting and. Go ahead.
Right, but that's funny you say that because I don't know what part of Woodstock you was in because I've been in Woodstock for the past 6 years.
Well, Woodstock itself is nice, but I'm just saying the crime down there in the Atlanta metro area, Buckhead, Jonesboro,
man, that's
Riverdale.
That's 2 hours away. That's 2 hours away, man. Atlanta to me is a whole nother state, and I live in Woodstock. I don't go to Atlanta.
But I had to go down there for business, sir. So I was concerned.
Okay, right. See, I see what you're saying.
I'm there at racetrack getting gas, 2:00 in the afternoon. You got niggas in skinny jeans and slides jumping out of goddamn what do you call those?
Yeah,
cars?
I don't see none of that. I'm walking around
jumping out of Hellcats with AR-15s. It's crazy. Time to go.
I'm walking around my neighborhood now with slides on, shorts, feet out, comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, Woodstock is beautiful. No, I enjoyed Woodstock. Awesome. It's beautiful. But I had to go into other areas. Vinings, they're tearing that place apart. Hiram. A lot of those places are becoming infested with New York people. They're having that filthy ass Bronx Day down there. Who wants to move from up north down to Georgia and then have to deal with something called Bronx Day? The fuck?
Negative. Nah. Negative.
Good.
Where I'm at, it's nice and diverse. See, my thing is, I don't want to live somewhere where it's all black people.
Right.
I don't want to live nowhere where it's all white people.
Right.
I want to be somewhere where it's a mixture.
Right.
Because if it's just all one way, get me kind of nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I need a mixture of everything.
Okay. Before you go, sir, showrunner, was she loyal when you were locked up? Were you ever locked up?
I say my first vid, probably not, but never really heard it. See, my thing was when I was a young boy, I never, if I ever got incarcerated, I just cut all ties. Because you're not going to have me up in the Bing stressing and losing hair.
Right.
So all ties are cut. Only thing we can be is friends. If you want to shoot a letter, but I just never, my family is tight. So
gotcha.
I never needed nobody, but family always was there.
Okay. I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you. None of these hoes is loyal when you're locked up. There, I said it. No, I only did skid bits. I think the most I ever did was 30 days, Brooklyn House of Detention. None of these hoes is loyal when you're locked up doing a stretch, 3 to 6, doing a decade, huh? All you have to do is just ask your girl, hey, I'm having trouble with my Facebook page. Can you give me the password to yours so I can try and get a better understanding of the functionality? What? No. You'll get a no fast. Guys, I'm looking for some of my sponsors to call in. Emmanuel, are you there, sir? Are you tapping in? Do you have time? Please email me if you want to get on the line. Uh-oh, wait a minute, white boy Rory. He says, can I kick it? I don't know. Can you, white boy Rory? Can you kick it? Where's Rory? Are you there? 347 tapping in.
Yo,
Rory.
what's up, dog?
What's going on with you, man? What's popping, white boy?
Everything is good, man. What's good?
Did you see the video? You see the video?
Yeah, of course I seen the video, man. I wouldn't have called in unless I seen the video.
I appreciate that. Where do you want to start?
That's the that's the info we're rolling with. I think it's lame on the black people part. I gotta be honest with you. I think it's totally lame on the black people part. First off, that looked like a rundown shack somewhere in Alabama. Right. That looked like a dive bar. Right. Like a dive bar that might serve some good barbecue or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
get your food to go.
And then
get your food to go, right?
Right. 100%. Yeah. And then you get all mad that there's like, you in Alabama and you get all mad that there's a bunch of rednecks that don't want you in there and call you the N-word. Like, okay, like say you didn't, the first off, that seemed like a setup, especially with that white dude. He seemed like a sucker. Yeah. You know, I'll punch him in his mouth if I ever see him.
Hunter's his name. He's a snitch.
No hero.
He's a snitch. I want to be do-gooder. You snitch? Go ahead.
Yo, Star, I heard the other quote be like, yo, salute to the white dude because he was up there sticking up for black. That's so fake. That's so goddamn fake. That's not even funny. Well, like if I was with a couple of my black friends and like some hillbilly or redneck disrespected them, there wouldn't be no chastising while somebody is filming or something like that. I'll slap him right in his fucking mouth for talking to one of my friends.
You gotta watch the F-bomb, Rory. Rory, watch the F-bomb.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. That's how you know it was fake. If I was with my man Kasim or I was with Big Rob or something, and we were to some place and some white guy started getting, you know, are you crazy? We're gonna beat you up. We're gonna slap you around or whatever. You know, that guy looked like no threat. That looked like a setup video to try to be like on some racist stuff. You know, and I gotta be honest, the black people look corny and soft as hell.
Mm.
They were standing outside and they were like, we don't call 911. We don't call. Stop with the calling 911 all the goddamn time.
Right.
What are you talking about? Right? That's some sucker shit. Like, I'm standing out here.
Well, hold on a second. Actually, one of the owners.
I called us the N-word.
Hold on. One of the owners, Carla Moltz, she's the one who first said, I'm calling the police. And listen, that's what Karens do. Oh my God, I'm calling the cops. So you would expect that from her. But now hang on a second. You're younger than me. However, you were hanging out in your preteens and teens. You know what was beautiful back in the 80s when I used to go to dive bars in the East Village and down in Alphabet City. And the racial conversations, you knew what it was. And that's how you got your chops up, not by wanting to fight. Somebody insulted you racially. You had to know something about their history to then come back at them. And after an hour or two of drinking, you were hugging or you're giving high fives.
Correct.
Right? In New York, Lower East Side,
correct.
West Side. Come on.
No, correct, Star, Lower East Side. Listen, I have a lot of good friends from Alfred E. Smitty projects.
Yeah.
I used to hang out there for 3 years. Some of my best friends are from the Lower East Side. Alfred E. Smitty, that's where I used to hang out.
Yeah.
And even up here where I live on the West Side, it's the same thing. Nobody gets super offended.
Right.
Like, I've been into bars in Brooklyn. I've been in bars up in the Bronx where white people weren't really welcomed. Like, we were getting overcharged.
Right.
We were getting an attitude or something like that. You know what we never did? We never went outside and said, oh my God, you said this racist stuff to us. You acted racist. No, it was like, that's your choice. If you want to go back there, you go back there. If you never want to go back there, you don't go back there. If you want to be like, oh, you want to be like that with me, calling me a honky or a cracker, well, fuck you, nigga.
Watch the F-bomb, Rory. One more time. Wait, watch the F-bomb or I got to get you out of here. Come on, man. Watch the F-bomb.
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
But that's the way it went. It wasn't like I'm going to call the cops and I want to make this a big racial thing. If you're not welcome somewhere and you know you're not welcome somewhere and you're getting the bad end of the stick, then you have a choice to not patronize that establishment. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. And we're talking about Alabama. Like, everybody is like shocked that some hillbilly down in Alabama with a beer belly and a bald head, old as hell, is talking about, I don't want no black people in here. Yeah, but everybody knew that before you went in there. Everybody knew that was the vibe. Yeah. But you insisted. Why would you insist on going into a place where you're not welcome or you're not liked? It's like this whole counter thing. They were like, oh, down south, black people couldn't sit at a counter with white people. Okay, well, if that's what it was down south, then why would you ever want to go there and spend your money and you're making them money if you want to sit at that counter. Yeah. You're insisting on making that business profitable because you want to be around white people that don't like you. And it goes two ways. If I went to a black establishment up in the Bronx in Harlem, where it was like, okay, the vibe is like, we don't really like you, you white. Well, I'm not going to give you my money. I'm not going to support your establishment. But the last thing I do is walk outside and start crying and talk about, I'm calling 911. Oh, my God. These people call me a cracker and a honky. I'm offended. Man, get over it. Yeah. Get over it. Yeah. Like, what world do you live in?
Okay. Well, look,
people
man.
Touchy nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I think Hunter, the do-gooder, I think he's a rat and a snitch, and I think he should be sued by the 22-year-old and the establishment, the owners, Jack Moltz and Carla Moltz. They should sue Hunter. Well, what's the issue? I pulled you to the side. You know, I didn't say get out. I let you. I gave you some food. You know, I don't know. Hey, before you go,
I don't know. I'm not.
Good.
I'm not really with the suing people and being real feminine about it. You know, if you go, they should have checked his chin right there. If that's what he said, if he was throwing M-bombs around and made them feel disrespectful, like, okay, I see that in the background they have some family members there, like his mom and some other people there. Okay, so one dude should have walked up and said, "Yo, check this out. Don't ever say that M-word around my family." Bang, 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 and then it's over with. You know, but this whole,
I mean, that would have been entertaining, yes. Hang on. Now, that would have been entertaining, yes. But then the police would have came and there would have been some gunshots, and more than likely, the black folk would have gotten shot. But listen, man, before you go, my showrunner, was she loyal when you were locked up? White boy Rory, was she loyal?
Yes, she was, and that's one of the biggest regrets I ever have in my life. I think I would have had a really good life with this woman. With this, I was 21, she was 19. Her name was Michelle, and we have a child together. But because I was crazy when I was younger, and I was like, you know, I was doing cocaine and running around crazy as hell, wild. I don't fault her, I fault me. But yeah, she was loyal to me, and I messed that up, and that's on me, you know.
Rory, you and I are friends for the most part, but I gotta say, you're a liar and you're a nigger. She was 21, Rory.
In what way?
She's 21. She's 21.
No, she was 19.
She was 19. Oh, stop it. She had friends. And when I say
I was 21,
okay,
and she was 19.
Hang on. And when I
That's
say,
a fact.
Okay. When I say loyal, I don't mean was somebody like necessarily beating up the coochie. Was she talking to the next man? Was she confiding in other guys? Because, you know, truthfully, you know, the worst type of cheating is mental cheating. Oh, God. Mental cheating. You're saying no, she wasn't talking to nobody. She was only like, you know, she had on the horse blindness for you at 19?
Yeah, I went to jail. She visited me every week. She was there for me, and her parents didn't like me, and my boy Frankie slapped her father.
Easy.
My boy
Okay.
Frankie slapped her father. Okay. No, I'm just telling you. And then after that, it was kind of like all over. You know, When I came out, I met her years later. And some dude from Brooklyn.
Listen, Rory, stop saying names, man. Stop saying names. Good to talk to you. I gotta go, man. Salute. All right, whoa. Right. Hang on. Hold on. Rory, you there? Rory.
What? Yeah, I'm here.
Listen, now you know. Listen, I don't promote no beef or no drama. You know that. But when people want to talk to another person, I say, well, look, call in. Don't put me in the middle of things. Florida Boy Jay, you keep texting me. What's up, man? What's up?
No, I was just making sure he got a CVS check. You know what I'm saying? I was making sure the settlement check came in. He's out from hiding. He's in a safe space. He's calling from a Walgreens bathroom, maybe aisle 13. And now that the check is rolled in, he's out of witness protection. And
you're texting me about something with Rory. He's right there. He's right there.
Yeah, I was just making sure, Rory. I was making sure.
That I'm gonna let this Destiny zombie talk. Go ahead.
You know, you disappeared for a long time after they ran down on you at CVS. Now you're calling about the boy you were dating that was under 19, or I don't know how old, whatever you were talking about, Rory. We just want to make sure you were safe. We haven't seen you all summer since they ran down on you. I guess now you're shopping at Rite Aid where it's safe. And we just, as an audience, And as we are the Real Niggas Network, we want to call in to make sure all victims are accounted for.
Speak up, Florida Boy J. Speak up. Speak up. You're kind of low. Speak up. Speak up.
Yeah, speak up.
Yes.
You sound like a girl, man. Put some bass in your voice. You know, take the rainbow, take the pixie dust out of your blood. Take the pixie dust and the rainbow out of your blood, man. Speak up. Put your head up, boy.
Shit.
What are you doing? Are you still dyeing your dreadlocks? Are you still dyeing your dreadlocks? Come on, man. Are you still dipping your dreadlocks in formaldehyde so they turn blonde like a zesty-ass nigga? Get the fuck out of here.
So last warning on the F-bomb.
You ever seen a video of this?
The last warning, I got to get you out of here. Watch the F-bomb. Stop it.
Okay, don't F.
Florida Boy J, you're responding to Rory. You're responding to Rory.
You thought you was fly.
Let him respond. Let him respond.
FB, Lady Boy J. Yo, Lady Boy J. Why do all your pool parties have fat white women in them? Why do all your pool parties have leftover fat potato salad looking white women in them? You're young. Is that all you can get? You should be, those are the type of women you should get when you're like in your 50s or 60s and they already divorced and got the pension off the white man. You know? Are you kidding me?
And let him respond.
You only date fat-armed white women who make potato salad with raisins in them.
Florida Boy J, are you responding? Are you responding, Florida Boy J?
Yeah, he's throwing up straight air balls. I was waiting until he blew his load or finished doing whatever he was doing there. Like I said before, man, we called, verified that you got something out of CBS. You just called in, talked about your trans relationship with some young boy back in the day. I don't know if it's the same one you were chilling with during the Mary J. Blige. I don't know if it's the same one that was chilling with in '94. Was it the same one in the meatpacking district that got beat up? Which boyfriend is this, Roy? Was this the one that you found in the black guy you found in the pub that one time when you called him Friday night all loose? Which boy is it, Rory? I'm confused. Okay. The audience is confused. You can't keep up with all your boyfriends. Okay. Like, where are we going right now?
Okay. All right. Are you guys done? Did you say what you wanted to say, Florida Boy J? Because you're at the casino, yes? You're at the casino right now?
Yeah, I think he caught a gay venereal disease because he's all slow. I think he caught some sort of gay venereal disease, man. You know, FBJ, how much were you celebrating and clapping at the Olympic Last Supper, the opening of the Olympics?
That was crazy.
Game of Thrones, right? With the Game of Thrones. That's you was clapping and celebrating. You had a whole pool party for the opening of the Olympics with the gay Last Supper. That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact. You sound like, what happened to you?
You watched Last Supper.
You got a gay stroke?
All right, guys, I got to get back to the show.
Did you catch a gay stroke?
Guys, I have to get back to the show. Are we good, Florida Boy J? Are we good?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be some more news coming out of Rory, but it was just air balls. It was
right.
Air balls.
Stop smoking pixie dust.
Okay.
He's still abused in the witness protection program, obviously. So next time, come with some better jokes.
You get your swollen nipples.
Thank you, Florida Boy J.
All
right.
That's what you do.
Air balls. Sorry.
Rory.
You and your boyfriend lying in bed and pitching show.
Rory, I gotta slide off, man. Good to hear from you. I gotta stop. Good to hear from you, man. Salute.
All right.
Okay, all right. Give me a second, guys. Tiffany, I sent you a text message. Check your phone. If you're out there, Tiffany. Guys, also, we streamed live today on the Squirrel Party channel. When you get time, if you find time, please leave a nice message about squirrels and or animals. Never mind Star. That channel is for animal lovers. That's it. I'm posting a video tomorrow. Holy smokes. We have a little fawn, a little deer, a little baby deer, fawn that was walking through the through the back of the deck with the artificial turf on, and you can see one of the squirrels as it's chewing on the jumbo unsalted nuts, looking at the fawn as if to say, "Keep it moving." It goes through the camera, through the shot, and then comes back. That video will be posted tomorrow, okay? Squirrel Party, that's my other YouTube channel. Okay. Any of my sponsors want to call in, send me an email, just say, "Star, I'm on the line. I want you to promote your platforms," okay? Glamour, where are you? I'm looking for your new banner. Glamour, are you out there? King of Controversy, they used to call him. Glamour, email me, man. Keep me posted with what's going on. I appreciate you. You know that, all right? Is it Corwin? Got your donation. Thank you so much. Where is David D. Cordova? David, are you calling in? Blade says these incidents are actually a good thing. Sometimes niggas get a little too comfortable in America and need a little reminder and a wake-up call. I agree. Maybe I'm just an older man and, you guys have to find your way, experience things. But again, I find the mother to be at fault somewhat. Not saying she's a bad mother, but just don't be in such a rush to take your sons or daughters to some Caucasian establishment, thinking that just because you're spending money, they're going to treat you nice, There's a lot of places who they don't even want your money. They really don't. Because they're under the assumption that you're going to come back with other people and get to doing too much, and then at some point there's going to be a goddamn shootout in the parking lot. Or as I said, somebody going to get up on the goddamn table and start, pee popping, dropping it like it's hot, backing that thing up. 718, are you there? It's a Sunday. Good evening. We're talking about a few topics coming out of Tuscaloosa. 718.
How we doing, man?
Hey, good evening, sir. How are you? Good evening.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, yo. I'm doing good. Why go to a hood rat joint and expect a 5-star service, man? How is that possible?
Are you saying that the family? What are you saying exactly? They shouldn't go to.
I'm saying the place was raggedy, son. The place was it looked garbage, And then yeah, the place was. How you gonna take your son celebrate your son's birthday? Right. To this place that they probably don't even want you. I mean, it's obvious they don't want you there. And then you're gonna at least though. I'm gonna be honest with you, though, Star. Even though I understand you say you like people getting rocked with chairs and all that, at least they acted, domesticated. They didn't act a fool. They didn't stop throwing punches. They wrap it up. Get out of there. The same thing happened to me a long time ago over there in Alabama as well, north side of Alabama.
Really?
There's a bunch of us dressed up all Yankee down, and we walked into a place. The lady said automatically, "We don't serve people like you." I said, yeah, just like that, yo. I was young though, son. I had I pulled out a big rag and I dropped $100 and I said, all right, no doubt. I walked it off. Then some guy said, "Oh no, we like him. We like him." Yeah, I don't like your spot. I'll leave. You just leave. Keep it moving. All that filling in.
Salute to you for just leaving. Salute to you for leaving. You see, I'm big on leaving. I will take the loss. I'll take the $20 loss, the $30. I just leave. I'm not going to let you let me wind up in handcuffs or a shootout. They're just words.
Handcuffs.
I'm just saying sometimes it can lead to that. Listen, if you don't want me there, I'll never come back. You're not hurting my feelings. I'm glad you told me and showed me who you are. Go ahead.
It's just like that, man. I looked at her right in the face. I dropped a tip to let her know I'm better than what you ever think in life. And I walked it off. Then some man said when he saw the tip on the counter, he said, "No, we like his type." I don't like your type. I don't like your. I don't recall exactly. It's been a hot minute. I was in my 20s when that happened. And it's never gonna die. Some people are just not gonna take you in. I understand. I'm all tatted up, you know. I look like a New Yorker, like a Bronx kid. But on that strength, I just don't see it like that, you know. People gotta understand one thing and get off their feelings. All that Tupac's, you know, the way that he used to throw a fit about simple words, that gotta go already, man. You know, people gotta man up, especially men gotta man up. I see a lot of men out here, and you see them acting like females, throwing a fit. And
you're from New York, born and raised?
What a word.
You're from New York, born and raised?
I'm a man, born and raised. Kid, I was born in Brooklyn, and I grew up in the Bronx.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You know, decades ago, hang on a second, decades ago, you had to be careful being from New York and going down south because that was during the era or the time when, like, you know, New York had all the swag, all the lingo, all the style.
We hated it in a lot of different places.
They hated you. So,
my man, listen.
Hang on. Let me just say this.
Listen, my man, listen.
No, listen. I'll let you finish up. Let me just say this. They hated you.
My bad.
So you had to be careful. You go to the wrong place, you can wind up, you know, buried in some place, you know.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Go ahead.
I've been taking a few trips from state to state when I used to be, you know, when I was a puppy, my puppy days.
Got you.
And there's places that as soon as they hear your mouth just talking, you from New York, you see the grind in their face or they see the love in their face. You know what I'm saying? Either they love you or they really, really hate you, yo. You know, I remember back in DC days too. You know, drive down to DC or Philly, you know, it was hot. Be more New York kids. They think you know, they always got something to say that they're just New York cats. They think something, you know, and we don't think we on it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. We're just young, man, you know. But I'll be honest with you. Going back to the issue, my man. Listen, people gotta understand, man. You know, we live in days that you gotta mind your business. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't got nothing to do with you, don't give your opinion. Nobody cares how you feel, what you think. Keep it to yourself. You know what I mean? Live life. Be peaceful. Stay in the present. You know what I'm saying? Stop with the entitlement. You know what I mean? If you're raised by your mother, understand, probably your father didn't come around because of your mother, son. You know what I mean? A lot of these men, I understand. Listen, my man. I grew up, my man. My dad raised me. My dad was at home. But my dad, was one of those type of kids that...
Give him a second, folks. That's that powder. Give him a second.
Mental. You know what I mean? But not in the mental. So it was the type of guy that he did his thing, but he didn't really care what I did. So you gotta, you know, some of us need to be told. Some of us don't need to be told. You know what I mean? Me and my brothers like day and night. But all this entitlement, and I'm gonna call the cops because listen, my man, listen. All these things that we have, the BET, nobody calling the cops saying, where's a white man in the war? Or listen, forget about it. Keep it moving, baby, you know. It's like the old school joint from Too Short. You know what I mean? The ghetto. You know what I'm saying? It's. You remember that joint, the old school joint? Some of us,
of course,
we all the same color underneath. Short dog is in the house. You better listen to me. All that crazy. Come on, my man. That song should be bright. It should be that joint should be. He should bring that joint back, man. You know, I'm sorry, I'm twisting a little something over here. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen.
But on the real deal.
No, hang on. Now, you're born and raised in New York. Are you from the Menudo era or the Aventuro?
Yo, Star, why you always hit me with this type of things, man? It was cool with you, son.
I caught him.
I'm in my 40s, man. Know what I mean?
Okay, so then
I'm in my 40s, son.
Aventura, right? Now, Menudo's my generation. You, Aventura.
Menudo, listen. I saw Menudo when I was a puppy. And I saw how all the girls used to go crazy. And at the end of the day, Menudo, they all ended up being Fruity Pebbles. Come on, son. Let's be real, son. You know what I mean?
Easy.
Let's talk about it. I know about music, son. You know what I mean? I'm from New York. We can talk about anything.
That was your era, Menudo? That was my era. Your generation, Aventura.
No, not at all. I'm saying I'm behind you, son. I'm behind you. I saw Menudo and my older sister go crazy over them. And then at the end of the day, they were all Fruity Pebbles. You know what I'm saying?
I saw Menudo live.
You got to be kidding me, yo. You was a fan.
Listen. Come on, stop. I was born in 1964. I saw Menudo live in New York City. It's crazy.
Let me ask you, son. Your favorite one was that kid, Ricky Martin, right? That was your favorite?
No. Renee.
Was it here in Menudo? Wasn't that kid in Menudo?
Renee was in Menudo. Renee.
No, Ricky Martin, that Puerto Rican cat. The one that goes loose on stage.
Ricky Martin was in Menudo, but you asked me my favorite, Renee.
Oh, I don't know about those cats, man. I know Ricky Martin because he's the one that's still popping, doing whatever it is that he's doing. Right. But other than that, man, the only loyal creature on earth that's still left walking around on two legs. So, and I'm gonna say this with all due respect, because I like this kid. Right. You know, it's my man Papoose, son. You know what I mean? Ain't no man alive like Papoose.
Great guy. He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Remy. You know, shorty from the Bronx. That was when I had my first apartment. But you don't even need papers or age. All you had to do is have that money. Oh, there you go, son. There's the keys. Go live over there, B. Don't bother nobody, man.
Give me a second, folks. That's that powder. Give me a second.
So many cops in the front building. Okay. Say it again.
No, listen. You're good. Hey, man. Great to talk to you. Salute, man. Salute.
Hey, my man. Do you heard?
Okay. Salute. Okay. All right.
Yo.
All right. Never mind. I'm going to go there. Guys, luxuryopticdesign.com. You can get 25% off if you order some glasses or contacts. If you mention Star, 25% off. Luxuryopticdesign.com. Okay? Please tell them I sent you. Blade says, facts. The racial conversations in New York that I heard as a kid were the primary motivation for me to look up the histories over the groups of people. I looked forward to racial jousting in the bars back in the 80s. Joe Black, do you want to call in? Joe Black, let me know what's going on. Pedro, I've got too many clients right now. I have no more life coaching. I'm full. Thank you for your donation, though. I got too many clients right now. Okay, where's David? Is David tapping in? 647. David D. Cordova, good to hear from you, sir. You have a video in my community section. You titled your video a little different from what I titled my community section. Yes, David? Where's David?
Yeah, I titled it different, but it's pretty much along the same line.
Same thing. Hang on a second. Let me mention my title first. My title are females soldiers in the army of Satan. What's your title?
I said are women being used by Satan.
Okay.
So essentially the same thing, really. Yeah. But I got. You
took the PG-13 route, but go ahead. Tell us.
So I watered it down because I was like, oh shoot, I got shook, and I got my confidence back because I went in the Bible. I said, man, I got all the evidence that I needed from Scripture. So I said I should have went full force. I should have went hard, but the video speaks for itself because, and this is what I do, right? I just read the Bible and apply it to the current state of what's happening today, what's going on today. So the question was, are women listed in Satan's army? Yeah. So I took everything out of the book of Genesis to draw analogy between society and
your phone's going in and out, Dave. Your phone's going in and out. Can you make the adjustments, please? Make the adjustment. Give me a sec, guys. Hold on.
Okay, how about now?
Okay, a little better. Yes, sir. Good. You were saying?
A little bit better? Okay, let me find this. Okay. So yeah, so I'll just say, like, in the Bible, it talks about in the last days that the women will have lofty looks. And it means that it said that they'd be scoffers. So this means to be scornful and to look down on men in particular. So you got to ask yourself the question, why? Because of a superiority complex. And that basically means that I'm better than you. And why would they have that mentality of I'm better than you or this superiority complex is because society has empowered women negatively. And it does this because it rewards them for sexuality. So we live in an attention economy. So because of this, granted, women can generate income and attention off their sexuality. So,
okay, hang on a second, David. Guys, in my community section is a link to David D. Cordova's new video. It's the third link down. Are females soldiers in the army of Satan? If you go to his page, you leave a comment, I will give you 2 weeks free promotion here on the Star Report in my community section, providing that you have a banner. If you don't have a banner, we'll make a banner for you for a small fee. We've got to get your video over 300 views.
Nice.
Soldiers in the army of Satan is what I originally said to you. Now, again, you're doing the PG-13 version. Are females serpents, life suckers, succubus? That's what I asked you the other night. That's my question, man. Demonic, temptress of seduction. What do you say about that? Huh?
I'll quote a scripture. I'll say Babylon.
Never mind scripture. David, never mind scripture. Have you ever had a whore, a salacious whore dancing in front of you? She knows what she's doing.
No.
Huh?
I haven't been in that situation.
She's teasing. She's got on the heels. She's teasing, and she says, "Give it to me raw. You don't need a condom." You never been there? You never been there?
A lot of mercy. we say raw.
So you never been there, David? You've been there?
You know what? I was too busy reading the Bible, so that's my escape out of that. So,
all right. Tell us more about your video, please. I've got your information on my screen coming up. Or else, I'm looking you. Tell us about your video, please. Come on.
Yeah. So the way that society empowers females negatively, I draw a comparison to the biblical story about how Satan empowered the woman negatively. Right. So essentially, he offered her something. And Satan, it's a metaphor for the society. The society is offering women something. No. And what it's offering is materialism and consumerism. Because we live in a consumer-based culture, society, and this hyper-materialism, it's affecting people's perception of what true value is. So we don't regard a lot of the hardworking men, maybe 9-to-5 blue-collar working men, we don't look at them with that same admiration as other quote-unquote higher status men. So it alters perception. What is a good man, right? And I believe it's because of the standards that we place, or the expectations, these new standards. So I just use that story in Genesis to apply it to what's happening in modern times today, because it was all about altering her perception. She ate something that changed the way she saw her partner. She consumed something that changed her perception of the man. She no longer looked at him in high regard or in esteem, because I'm better than you now. I got the knowledge of the gods. I took something, and now you're no longer my teacher. So it changed the power dynamic. The power balance got disrupted because someone injected something in the system that altered Eve's perception. Now today, society is injecting materialism, consumerism into the system, and I believe it truly is altering a lot of women's perception of men in general. Because are they good enough? Do they pass the standard? A lot of men don't qualify. So, we see the proliferation of
David, if I can jump in for a second, sir, and say what
Sure.
You're saying sounds great. And you're how old again?
Mm-hmm.
How old are you again?
41. 41 as of June, just turned 41.
Okay. Whatever you do, David, do not find yourself with a temptress of seduction, a human semen receptacle, and a piece of coke. Don't do that. Do you know why, David? Do you know why?
Please tell me why.
Because you'll love it. And you will see into her soul. Hang on a second. Now, I'm just saying soul for a lack of words. I don't believe in souls, but you will see into her eyes, and you will see into her core. Now,
that can happen.
Now, if coke is where you don't want to go, don't get a piece of Molly. Don't go there. Because you will then see her true nature. They're all disloyal. Go ahead, finish up, man. Promote your platform, please.
Today's religious talk, the best in religious conversations that you have within the organizational religious structures.
Yeah.
This is freedom. This is freedom. I'm offering freedom to everyone, no matter what denomination, what religion. Please drop a comment, weigh in. I'm giving you a chance to speak where oftentimes you feel confined, where you can't ask questions because religion will shut you down. So I'm offering not only my particular unique insight on religion, not only applying things to modern times, which they don't do. They don't educate people properly, but I'm also giving people an opportunity to speak just like you're doing for us. And we appreciate that.
All right. Great to talk to you, David.
All the best. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
Have a good night.
601, are you there? Good evening. 601, late night on a Sunday. 6.
Hey, Star.
Hey,
how you doing?
Good.
Honored to even be talking on your show, man.
Thank you, man.
I'm gonna just go ahead and start with the situation at the restaurant.
Okay.
Kind of like yourself, I too have a problem with the black mother taking her child there to celebrate his birthday. Yeah. However, I am also at the same time at an indifference with the white guy that had brought them. I just feel like in this day and time, with the temperature, what's going on racially in the world now, where nationally here in America, there should not have been any reason why they even accepted the invitation to want to go where a white man wanted to go.
Bingo.
Or any white person for that matter. It's just a simple thing of waking up and smelling the coffee. If you seeing these news topics and titles lately, especially what just happened to Miss Sonia Macy, there is no reason any black person should be hand in hand with a white person, act like it is all merrymaking going on in the world right now. We're definitely at a racial indifference.
Yeah, racism isn't going anywhere. It doesn't hinder me in life, but it is a learning tool, shall we say?
Yes,
it's a learning tool, and people have their hatred within them. Cultures hate on other cultures. It's never gonna stop. And I think that these types of videos, these types of places being exposed, what is it ultimately going to lead to? It's not going to stop anything. So take more pride in your own culture. Do for self, as many people have said, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Do for self. I just found it to be so laughable that she chose this place on her son's 22nd birthday that she had never been to in Alabama. Go ahead.
Yes. And may I say, with you're saying that just even going to that restaurant itself, we are talking the South. There are so many black-owned eateries out here in the South that she could have took her son to. As some callers had stated before, the eatery spot itself looked run down. So, I mean, this guy is bringing all his quote-unquote blacks. What's that, sir?
No, go ahead. You have the floor. Go ahead.
Okay. So this guy's bringing all his quote unquote black friends to this rundown spot as it showed. And by the way, I'm being from the South. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay.
Usually a lot of the times where you even see an establishment like that and majority of the customers or those that's dwelling within it are white, that's already an automatic knowledgeable thing to, you know what, I might not be just highly embraced at this establishment or this area. I just thought there was a lack of, well, in my opinion, not trying to talk bad on the mother, it was just ignorance. It was just ignorance, especially being that
poor judgment. Poor judgment.
Yeah, poor judgment. And just being down here from the South, man, it's definitely so many more options that she could have done other than that. I do feel like that white guy was using them as cultural keychains. We have a lot of those type of white people down here in the South. One of the main statements you hear from the black the bottom of the black feet of the white person be, oh, I can't stand white people.
Right.
And usually those are the ones that I stay away from because because at the end of the day, it's like, why don't you like your own side?
Right.
And it doesn't make me want to embrace you. It makes me question you more. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I've seen a lot of white people, from men to women, that want to, high five black people, associate with black people, and this and forth. But they do it as far as a commendable thing. Like, hey, look at me, y'all. I bet y'all didn't think that I would be having a conversation with a black person like that deserves kudos. And I do believe him bringing that black family to that establishment is kind of the look that he probably want to give himself. And it doesn't surprise me that he flipped the script. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me that he flipped the script and, yeah, hey, you did call them niggers.
Yeah. A do-gooder.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about it, the thing about those do-gooders, they can get you killed. And they won't even blink an eye to that. They know where they're taking you. They know that it might be a problem with a black person being in an area that they feel comfortable with. So due to the fact that those were all adults there, I can't do anything but just sum it up to just pure ignorance on both the white man and the black family. Now I will say this, commendment to the black family, because they sure did look the part, but they didn't trash up the place.
Well, that's because they're older. They're older, and like you said, they weren't young black folks.
A lot of those.
Go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. Please.
No, go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, well, you say older, but a lot of these videos that we can see of today's modern age on social media, hey, they're from a range from young to old.
You're right.
So them being older doesn't necessarily mean, well, that's the reason why there was no chairs being thrown or the place being turned upside down.
You're right. Yeah. I was trying to be kind. But go ahead.
Oh, damn that, man, because this is the time now where if you ask me and I'm gonna try to do a long range shot with a shotgun. In other words, I'm probably not even gonna hit the target. I do say, as far as those owners, I don't think they need to apologize. I think they need to stand firm and on their ground right now, because it's a different atmosphere in the air right now, with everyone rooting and championing Trump and how these things are about to come about. People need to go ahead and pick their sides and stand on them. All this neutral ground, like, hey, we know that we're liked over here, but not liked over here. But hey, let's try to come in the middle type thing. Right. There's going to be a time, a day, and a place for all of this.
Yeah.
However, it's not going to be in 2024.
Okay.
It's a whole lot of stuff to fix.
All right. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Coach Gatz, when you get time, man, I want to get you on the line. If not tonight, let's shoot for Tuesday or Wednesday. Coach Gatz, and guys, on YouTube, he's got some great music. YouTube.com/@Coach Gatz, okay? Also, let me say this. I want to talk about my Squirrel Party channel. Again, we went live today. I think this is like the 4th or 5th time I've streamed live on the Squirrel Party channel. I have a brand new fountain coming on Wednesday. But today, the Squirrels seem to have laid down the law with regards to the Blue Jays. So they, and then I put up another bird feeder. So, you know, to let the robins, and there's some other little small birds that keep coming into the camera shot. It was pretty interesting for those who, you know, had a chance to catch it live. It's still up. You can go to Squirrel Party on YouTube and, you know, watch the playback if you like, okay? The only thing we ask is that with those comments, try and focus on squirrels or nature. Never mind the Star Report. Never mind me. I'm not talking in the videos. It's the squirrels, the birds, the crickets in the background, and all sorts of sounds, okay? Steve, thank you for your patience. Are you there? Area code 404. Steve, good evening.
Yeah, I'm here, man. What's up, sir?
Hey, man. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I seen the setup that you had with the guy with the religious videos. I watched
David.
I watched his video. I left a comment. And yeah, man, I need something like that, man. I need some type of setup like that, man. What you got with him?
Okay. Well, just shoot me an email. As long as you left a comment over there, I'll give you a week's free promotion. You got my word, all right?
All right, cool. I'm gonna send an email after this call, man.
Okay. What do you want to start about the topics?
All right. The first thing that I want to talk about, I was gonna give you some pushback about the video at the restaurant.
Please.
Until I actually watched the video.
Come on. You have the floor. Steve, go ahead. Steve, you there?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here. Like I said, I was gonna give you some pushback until I actually watched the video. I was gonna say, hey, he can go anywhere he want to go to celebrate his birthday.
Okay.
You know, it's 2024. He can do whatever he wants until I watch the video. The owner didn't even care that they were offended. People like that, you just got to stay away from their establishment, man. He didn't deserve their money. He didn't deserve their time. He don't care. He's not going to change. That's the type of person, nothing that they can do or nothing that they can say, even if he goes viral, he's not going to change.
Right.
It's pointless. You just got to go. You just got to take your business somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, that's all I had to say about that. And this is going to be brief, man.
No. Stay with me, because again, this is not a trending topic. I'm an older man. You know this. I'm not saying that my way is the right way. However, racism is here to stay. Everyone's not prejudiced, but in my opinion, most people are racist. All people are hateful. Doesn't mean that they're quote unquote dangerous, but yeah, some places, as you just said, don't deserve your money. Just stay away. This guy was more concerned that he was exposed by his Caucasian friend. He's like, well, no, that's not what I said. Yada, I didn't say that. And you're right, he's not going to change. And truthfully, the people from that community or whoever patronizes that place, they're not going to let that place go out of business. They're on code. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I mean, the way that the owner handled it, his patrons are going to be proud of him for handling it that way.
Come on.
So it's for the customers, for the black people and the white friend, it's a lose-lose situation for him, for them. And for that white friend and the mom, no disrespect to them, but they made this about them. It was about the guy's birthday.
Right.
They recorded and they did all the stuff. They made it kind of about them.
Come on.
It was the young man's birthday. It should have been about him. Once they seen that they were disrespected, they should have went somewhere else and had fun and made it about the person whose birthday it was.
Come on.
Not about how they feel about this guy at a racist restaurant. Nobody's even talking about the guy whose actually birthday it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, finish up.
No, I'm just that's how I feel about that. Like I said, they kind of took the main thing was for this kid to go out and have fun on his birthday. No matter where he goes after that, it doesn't matter. That's going to be the topic. Right. It's gonna whatever he does for his birthday, that will be his most memorable birthday for a while.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. But the last thing that I want to speak on, Star, you talking crap about the USA basketball team. These are exhibition games, bro. They just playing around. This is the greatest USA basketball team ever. You're going to see when it really get popping. LeBron, KD, Steph Curry.
Come on.
They better than the Dream Team.
Okay.
It was a move that LeBron did where he went up for the layup, got the and one. It was like a almost 7-foot dude fell on top of him. He popped right back up. Jordan could have never done that. Jordan is way too small. LeBron, over 20 years in the NBA, absorbing contact like that. Man, this is incredible. You need to watch what you say about them, Star, because when they get on the run and when they get hot, nobody's gonna stop them. Man, these exhibition games, they just playing around.
Can I jump in? Can I jump in, sir?
Yes. Go ahead.
Now, you know basketball. Let me just start right there. You know what you're talking about. Me, I'm a somewhat sort of viewer. I don't know basketball. Let's leave Michael Jordan out of this. I'm not one of those, Jordan would have done. No. But explain to me, because I don't know. How does South Sudan even get it down to 1 point or 2 points away from beating LeBron and some of the greats? Explain that to me, please. South Sudan, my nigga. Who's on the South Sudan team? I'm confused.
Okay. Now, I'll be honest. I don't know any of their players, but I do know Luol Deng. I believe he has something to do with that team. He's an African player. He played at Duke. He played for the Bulls for a while. So he's coached some of those guys. Now, the reason that the game was so close, they snuck up on them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't take them as seriously as they should have. And the Olympics is different, Star. When you are in the NBA and when you're playing a regular season, you can scout teams constantly. You know what I'm saying? You can look at tape. There's no tape really that they can focus on per se. So they're not used to that style of play. They got a big young player. Some of these dudes is going to big time colleges next year. They're young, they're athletic. They're not no scrubs. A lot of those guys are in their own right, in their country, professionals. And like I said, 1 or 2 of those guys is going to Duke. They're some of the best players in the country. So they're not scrubs like that just because we don't know them. Hell, I don't know a lot of them, but we will next year when they get in college. Some of those dudes is going to be the NBA, man.
Okay, well, listen, I heard everything you said, sir, but you didn't answer me. How did South Sudan even get within 1 point of beating LeBron James and company? I can't play basketball. I'm not trying to, ask you anything other than, as a spectator, how they even get that close. And who did they beat? Was it today or yesterday? Who did they beat?
I think it was Serbia. I believe it was Serbia.
Kevin Durant got about 23,
and LeBron had over 20 as well. They waking up now, Star. This is what I'm saying. That little South Sudan, that was a scare. They was asleep at the wheel. It happens. When you can't scout guys like you're supposed to, when you see a team that you've never seen before, things like that happen, man. And these dudes is old. They needed a jump start. They got the jump start that they needed. We watch as the as the season continues, as the Olympics continue, they go run further and further away. I'm not expecting them to blow people out,
right?
But we might see other close games, but they'll be in the gold medal game for sure. If they're not, it'll be a big letdown. I don't want to talk too much trash,
No,
but
no, sir. You just called here talking about, well, we need to watch what we saying. I need you to keep me up to speed. Make sure, hang on a second, make sure I got your number, because you talking about Jordan and LeBron and yada, yada, yada. Hold on a second, let me make sure I got your number locked in here. I want to make sure that we get you back on the line, Steve. You know?
That's the fact.
Because
no, you're right.
Steve, I can't play basketball. I grew up playing hockey, motocross.
Okay.
I can play basketball. I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm looking at, South Sudan and other teams getting within 5 points of beating King James and others. I'm like, what the fuck? So keep us up to speed. If they lose, Steve, I want you back on the line, Steve. You call me, email me, get back on the line, please. Okay?
That's a bet. I'm gonna stand on everything I said, and let's remember, this is a global game. This is not the old days, man. Everybody knows the game. Everybody around the world knows how to play. If they lose, I'll call in and I'll say and I'll answer whatever questions you or the chat has. And the chat be going in on me. I noticed that too.
Well,
once I get off
they're
the line,
supposed to. They're supposed to.
Yeah, that's a
but
fact.
now hang on, Steve.
Hey,
Steve,
I'm not running from nothing.
Steve, never mind all that global game shit. The American basketball players, whether they be ADOS, FBA, or Native, whatever, all the fly jiggy shit started here. And we are supposed to be the best of the best, the cream of the crop, yes?
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So if they're not blowing niggas out like the Dream Team did, yes?
Yep, the Dream Team won by a huge average every game. That's a fact.
Steve, blowing niggas out their socks. If King James and these other niggas ain't blowing niggas out the socks, you, sir, have some explaining to do. I say that with all due respect, and I thank you for calling in.
That's a fact. Appreciate you taking my call.
Salute. Yes, sir. Okay. Salute to that man for calling in. Listen, I want people to call in and talk sports. I don't know basketball. I just listen. I'm like the what do you call the people that watch only during the playoffs? I'm one of them type of niggas. Thank you, Steve. Stay in touch. Okay. Glamour, I got your banner. Glamour, your promotion is going to start tomorrow. We need to get you on the line Tuesday to talk about your platform. Glamour, that's my nigga from way back. Okay, hang on a second. Somebody send me. Guys, I'm checking the spam folder. I checked my spam folder. Okay, who is this? What? Trevor Jackson, what's going on, man? I'm not at the speed. Trevor, can you tell me what's going on? I'm confused. Trevor, I'm 60 years old. I can't check your last email. Tell me what's going on now, sir. He says, check my last email. No, money, I can't check a last email. Someone says, Star, who were you barking at when you took your break? I wasn't barking. I was just talking to somebody on the phone who called me at the wrong time. I don't have a wife and kids. There's nothing being exposed here. I don't have a wife and kids. If somebody calls me at the wrong time, I'm like, hey, what do you want? Not now. Plain and simple. Don't call me when I take my break as if, I got time to talk to you. I don't. I'm talking to my troll babies. They are the most important thing to me. I don't need admins to block people in the live chat. Let them do what they do. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hey, Janet, you sent me an email about something with some shrimp. I saw it, you know. What's cracking? What's cracking, Janet? What's cracking?
Hi, Star.
Hey, Janet.
Nothing. Did you see that picture? That's how they came out. I was going to take them back to the supermarket today, but I just double wrapped them up and threw them in the garbage. I don't know what the hell that was on that shrimp. That's crazy.
Well, listen, Janet, I fuck with you heavy, but now sometimes you send me paragraphs, and listen, my eyes ain't what they used to be. I can't read everything, so I scan. Then I say, "What is this?" Delete. But you sent me a picture of some crazy looking shrimp. What's going on? What was up with the shrimp?
I don't know. It looked like something was growing on them. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I remembered you had a show about seafood that they was doing all kinds of stuff to the seafood.
Counterfeit seafood.
Is this what he was talking about?
Counterfeit seafood. A lot of 70% of the seafood that we get here in America is farm raised from Asia. Farm raised. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was nasty looking. I was so mad because I was getting ready to make me some. I was going to cut them up and mix them with my salmon and make me some nice seafood cakes. Yeah. But I couldn't even do it. I was so upset. But anyway, I was calling about the guy in a restaurant in Alabama.
Come on.
I think, this is what I think. I think the guy took the black family there because he had some dealings with the mother, and it was her son's birthday, because that don't seem like a restaurant that they ever go to. Right. So I think he was like, oh, it's my treat. I'm going to take the family out. He just went to a birthday party, do this whole thing. And, just to get close in, because that's an automatic close thing, get laid or something. And then I think the icing on the cake, while he stood there and was so adamant in his stand, is because he wanted to be the hero. So now she's looking at him as the great white hope. I think this was all a setup for this man to get close to this black woman, and took her family through that. And he used the son's birthday to make a point. I think that's awful.
Can I respond?
I think that's awful. Yeah.
You and I are on the same page. He was a Caucasian do-gooder. He knew that place where he took them was not a place where they even respect the black dollar. He probably anticipated one of the owners. Got his name right here. Jack Moltz, Moltz. He anticipated Jack or Carla coming over and saying something, but he wanted to poke his chest out, as you just said, and catch some props, as liberals do. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think the black family should step back and look at it, because you ruined her son's birthday. You ruined her birthday because, I understand that young men like barbecues for their birthday. I took my kid, my eldest, out to this fancy dancy barbecue place because he loves barbecue. But it was someplace that I have been before. I'm not going to take my kid on his birthday to someplace I never been before, or someplace that he don't like. Fact. I'm going to take him where I know he is safe. You understand what I'm saying? I am not going to take him out of my comfort zone and put him in a predicament where he could get hurt. So that man, whatever his name was, because the owner going to be an owner, a racist going to be a racist, but he might still make some good barbecue.
Hunter is the guy. Hunter is the do-gooder's name. Hunter, go ahead.
Yeah, Hunter is not a do-gooder. Hunter is not a do-gooder. He is just as racist because he used racism to get points. And he took advantage of that black woman. He took advantage of that black woman, and he took advantage of that black woman's son by spoiling his birthday with some bullshit. Right. Because all he had to do is say, well, where do y'all want to go? Yeah. Because I guarantee you, they have never been to that restaurant, so it wasn't their idea to go. They probably say, let's go out for barbecue. Yeah. And he up and said, well, let's go here. You know?
Now, hang on a second, Janet. In case you don't know, I think you're tapping in late. Hunter Sartain, Sartain. That's the guy's name. And when I say do-gooder, in his mind, he thinks he's a do-gooder. I'm not saying that that's what he truly is. In his mind, you know, he took them knowing good and goddamn well that Jack Moltz, you know, was more than likely going to say something. Now, I don't know if Jack is a quote unquote racist or not, but you know, he seemed like, hey, you know, come on. Well, he said, are you going to consult with?
And then he could be the hero.
Are you going to consult with these niggers? Mm-hmm. These niggers? Then he said, do you condone the blacks? Supposedly, this is what he said. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And then I watched the video that's in your community section, and it seems to me that the black people didn't hear him say that. It seems to me that he told them that the man said that, because they kept asking him again, what did he say? What did he say? So I think he whispered to him, because I think he's a racist, but I think he's a racist with common sense. So, you know, just to go, well, you know, maybe not a racist, maybe a bigot. You know what? You know what?
Let's go.
You know, I use the word cracker now and then when I'm talking to people, and I'm not a racist, you know? I don't think so. I'm not bigoted, but you know.
I would say you're racist. Jan, I would say you're racist, but go ahead. Go ahead.
You say I'm a racist?
Yeah.
I'm not a racist. I'm a realist.
Well, listen,
difference.
I would never blow you up or expose you because you've got a hell of a career. But you know, I've heard you say some concerning things with regards to white folks. Well, my mama's white, and I've heard you say some things, and I said, okay. Go ahead.
So what? My great grandmother was white. She was Greek. She was real. She was a real white person. She was from Greece. Mm-hmm. So you know.
Yeah. It's usually.
So what are you saying? My favorite auntie was Irish. So what are you saying?
It's usually people like you and I who have white folks in our family trees who are racist. Yes.
Well, listen. The way my aunt used to tell me stuff and things like that.
Don't start snitching.
You would have thought she was Archie Bunker.
Don't start snitching on your auntie. Let's keep it on you and I. Okay, so
no, I'm not putting it on her. I'm saying they taught us well. She taught me well. She called a spade as it is, and that's what it is. I mean, no matter what it is, she called it as it is, and I wouldn't expect nothing less. Because if you sit there and live in a fantasy world and say that it isn't, then you're a fool. You're a fool. So I'm not a racist. I'm a realist. You know.
I hear you.
So you know.
I hear you. I hear you.
And trust and believe me, you can't go tell my manager or my executives or my direct anything.
I would never.
And they'd be like, yeah, she said that. I know she did. You can't tell them anything.
Listen, I would never. But you and I have had conversations on the phone. Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Now, our grandparents, parents, and other family members from yesteryear, they've said some things to make you say, whoa, right? Just like my auntie Gwen from St. Kitts, who told me back in the mid-'70s, Troy, be careful who you lay down with, because a child born of a dark mother will see many a dark days. You've heard me say that before, yes?
She was right. She was right. That's not racist. She was telling you the truth. She was living in reality. It is what it is. When my mother got with my father, and then
a child born of a dark mother will see many a dark days. You're saying she was right?
I'm saying she was right.
Come on.
And In America is a very racist and colorist. Black folks are colorist against our own selves because that's the way we was brought up to be. You know, we haven't broke that generational curse yet. We don't see how stupid that is. You know, just like they always say the Black and Brown Coalition. The Black and Brown Coalition was never about Blacks, Hispanics, and other people. Right. The Black and Brown Coalition was the coalition of dark-skinned and light-skinned and Black people come together as one.
Facts.
That's the true Black and
talk about it.
Black and Brown Coalition.
Talk about
they just co-opted that term. They just co-opted that term when they started coming around.
Mm-hmm.
They was never included in that. I feel offended that people still let that co-op go on like that's the way it's always been. No, it was about uniting the darker skin and lighter skin people back together because we had that whole blue vein, brown stick around and whatever, but we still have that curse on us, and we have to work through that, and we have to get over that and appreciate who we are. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Janet, because you and I talk. When I first moved to New York, now I had been going to New York, Bronx, Queens in the 70s, but I moved to New York in 1981, and I became concerned about the Dominican and Puerto Rican bodegas that I was going into, and cats all over the goddamn place. Were there Hispanic bodegas in Newark, New Jersey, where you grew up with cats all over the goddamn place?
No, when I grew up, there was no. When I grew up on South 8th Street.
Okay.
All right. There were no.
Well, hang on a second. Okay, so you didn't grow up around the Hispanic bodegas. Now, the reason why I say hang on. The reason why I say this is because
I'm sorry.
The reason why I say this is because myself, like this guy, Jack Moltz, I had a thing against Hispanic bodegas. And I didn't want to eat no goddamn chopped cheese with cat hair in it. And then I would see the cats literally laying in there where the goddamn deli meat is. This is in the early to mid 80s. And they all have cats in these goddamn Hispanic bodegas.
They still do.
They still do.
They still do.
I wouldn't know because I don't eat nothing out of a goddamn Hispanic bodega. But anyway, the point is, when I was going to GW, George Washington High School, class of '82, I had to carry like little sanitation wipes or Huggies if I ever went to the goddamn Dominican or Puerto Rican bodegas because of the fucking cats. Now, why do they have cats? Because of the mice, because of the rats, the goddamn mice. Vermin and people have always bigged up, chopped cheese sandwiches more than likely have goddamn mice droppings in them. Am I talking crazy, Janet?
No, you're not crazy. Hey, you're not crazy at all. This is what's happening. Do you remember how Spanish Harlem looked back in the late 70s, early 80s?
Yes.
All right. So you're not crazy. A lot of people don't know. Yeah. That place looked like a war-torn.
A war zone.
It's like
a war zone.
It's like it reminds me, and I'm not trying to sound bigoted or racist or anything. It reminds me of the stories where people have to go in and humanize people.
Right.
Because if people really was there, because I was out there in New York when Apollo had empty lots next to it, and the people across the street, the Jamaicans were selling the sticks and the marijuana. Now, I keep telling you, like, my family, like, real deep in New York. So even though I'm in Newark, we was always over in New York. And if anybody ever went to Spanish Harlem in the late 70s, early 80s, I can't even explain how bad that place looks. And I'm a little kid now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little kid, and I'm walking through this place and driving through with my mother and everybody else. They know what they were doing, but I was like, I had never seen nothing like this before in my life. You know, so you're not wrong. You're not wrong. They need.
When was the blackout in '77? Let me Google this. When was the New York City blackout? When was that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember.
77. Yeah, we were driving from New Jersey into New York to go see some family in Southside Jamaica, Queens. The New York City blackout, 1977, July the 13th. Yeah. Folks, give us a second. This is two older people just talking about some old shit. 4,500 people arrested, Janet. 1977. Spanish Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
What a shithole. What a shithole.
People really don't understand. If you wasn't there to see how it actually was, and now for today, for people to come and say that they better than us, when we the ones to help. Hey, you know, black folks is the one that stopped the Mexicans from dressing their kids in them white shoes all the time. Remember, it was used to be snow, 10 feet of snow. They had their kids out in a white dress and the white plastic shoes. You know, it was crazy. It was crazy, man. Then you got your kid, he's almost grown. You got him in a goddamn stroller. Somebody had to tell him, hey, stop that, you know? It was, and now you walk around and everybody's better than the black man. Every woman is prettier than the black woman. Yet we have to show them how to wash the goddamn ass. And this is in 1970, 1980. I was there, sir. I was there. I seen it. I breathed it. I was there. Well, you know, I was just calling in, checking in. I just wanted to get my spin on that whole thing with what happened down in Alabama, because I don't think it was the black family idea to go there. I don't think the man said it to their face. Yeah. I think this guy wanted to be a hero. I think this guy is trying to get some black trim. I think he's trying to do it real quick. You know, like, you know, if you go to a like if you just meet somebody and you go to a wedding or a funeral or something like that, and you're able to, you know, get laid quicker because you got that emotional attachment, you know? So, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Janet, great to talk to you. You have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for calling in.
Okay. Bye-bye, Star.
Okay. Mike Lee, I got your donation. Salute, Mike Lee. JG, salute to Star for yelling at Rory for using the F. Yeah, he's got a... Well, Rory's got... He's hard of hearing. He says that. It's not just me saying that. Rory said he's hard of hearing. Yeah, I got to yell. Yell that way, boy. Malmu says, objectively, could the Tuscaloosa video be a Trump or Kamala Harris production to garner the black vote? Nothing surprises me, sir. Malmu also says, I remember some kids with their mother who I did not know were standing at a bus stop with me, and the youngest one walked up and called me daddy. Okay, we're going to get to that for the showrunner. Rory, you might have to call back. We got niggas talking crazy. They're talking about, Rory lost his hearing fighting a tranny over a gram of coke. Rory, do you want to call back? Niggas is talking crazy. (240) sit tight. You're up next. 240, sit tight. Okay. Okay. David, I fuck with you, but listen, make sure whenever you text me, you say, this is David. Well, Dana, what's up? Dana, I'm sipping. She says, we called it Corner Store, and yes, they had cats too. I didn't eat no fucking. I mean, if I had to, if I was like, running amok, which I did a lot through the 80s, then I would eat out of one of those Hispanic bodegas, that disgusting ass the fucking 25-cent juice, the dirty ass chopped cheese with the cat hair. 240. Good evening. Late night. We're out there right now. 240. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How are you?
How are you?
It's cracking, man. It's cracking.
I'm well, sir. Are you still talking about the Olympic team?
Well,
LeBron
sir,
and
Simone Biles, Queen, Queen, doing the goddamn thing. Do you want to acknowledge her first and foremost? Something nice to say about it?
I acknowledge Simone Biles. I appreciate her. I appreciate her effort and her athleticism. I appreciate her also marrying another black athlete.
Okay.
That's not really showcased enough that she chose a black man to be with in front of the world. And for that, I applaud her.
Such a beautiful woman, talent, a nice demeanor, and the best, far better than anybody else. Mary Lou, whatever the fuck her name was, Retton, Nadia Comaneci, fuck them bitches.
Right.
You feel me?
Fuck all them bitches.
Fuck them bitches.
Fuck the European bitches. Fuck a European. Fuck a European right now.
Fuck them hoes, man.
What I want to say.
Come on.
Right. What I want to say about Simone Biles, I don't think we highlight her enough. I haven't seen her on publications enough, products, Wheaties. I don't think she gets the light or the shine that she should. And remember, the Olympics changed the rules,
right?
For Simone Biles,
right?
You got to understand that they changed the international rules.
Too black, too strong.
Yes, they had to dumb it down. And I want to say, this year was the first year that somebody else actually completed a move that was named for her.
Right.
In the Olympics.
Okay.
So she made up a move, and now that move has been for the first time in competition.
Now it's illegal.
Has been completed.
Now it's illegal. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, so I'm here for Simone Biles. And also I want to say you was talking down on the Senegal team. And I want to say the Dream Team did not have the international competition that this team is seeing.
Stop it. Stop.
I got to keep it 100, Saul. You got to keep it 100. You got to keep it 100. They had the MVP on the other squad. You got, like, the last time somebody won an MVP that was from America may have been 4 years ago, maybe longer than that, and that was James Harden. So since James Harden has won, there has not been another American that has been the MVP of the NBA. And that is showing now in international competition. That's what I wanted to say.
Sir, stay with me, because if the men's Olympic U.S. team loses a goddamn game, I want you and Steve back on the line to explain that loss. They better win every game. They better blow everybody out, and they better bring home that gold. You feel me?
Yes. The switch has turned on, Star.
Okay.
The niggas have woke up. The ADOS, the American, the FBS, the ADOS have woke up. They are now fully engaged, and they will not lose. They will not lose. Not only will they not lose, they will not win by less than 10 points.
Okay. Before you go, sir, I have a new question, new showrunner. Does your child call the next man daddy?
The next man? No. That can't happen. But it depends on the relationship with the mother of the child.
Do you have a child, sir, that's being raised by another man with one of your exes?
No, I'm a full-time father.
Okay.
His mother has.
Okay.
Yeah, his mother.
So you can't relate, sir. You can't relate. Respectfully, you can't relate.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm a man. You're right.
I appreciate you. Now you stay in contact. Now you email me if you have to. If that goddamn USA men's team loses a game, you stay in touch. Now you hear?
Yeah, book it, Star. Gold medals.
Yes, sir. Salute. Yes, sir. They better win every goddamn game. Dana with the data, who I speak to on a regular. Hey, girl, great to hear from you. What's cracking, Dana?
Hey, yeah, it's been a minute. So I didn't want to confuse you with my text because when I was listening when Janet was on the line. So I wasn't listening in real time.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I heard you ask her that we have bodegas in North. We didn't call it bodegas. We call it corner store.
Okay.
But they had cats too. They're still owned by the Dominicans. And yes, I would see cats running around, or they'll be like behind the cash register or whatever. So yeah.
Cat hair all over the goddamn place. Did they sell chopped cheese in those nasty spots?
I don't know. I never ordered the chop. I don't think that's something that we ordered. That wasn't popular. So like we would
ham and cheese, $1.50 heroes.
Yeah, or the turkey, turkey and cheese sandwiches, stuff, the cold cuts. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So we would get those, but I don't know.
Do you know that they intentionally would serve the old meat to the negros? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yep.
The old cold cut meat, or like the
cold cuts,
like the pork chops and the other kind of meat.
Cold cuts, the ham and cheese. Now back in the 80s, I could speak Spanglish or New Yorican more so than I do now. I haven't practiced in years, but back in those days, I could jump up in a goddamn OJ and say 158, bro, shit like that. But they used to serve the old cold cuts to the negros with the cat hair and shit like that. Yeah.
Okay, but that was their main customer. So it's not like they would save the good stuff for white people, because it wasn't white people patronizing their store.
They would serve the quality meat to their own kind, to the niggas.
Oh, to their own kind.
Straight hair. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, see, yeah. But you know what? It's funny because in New York, I could see that. But in New Jersey, with the corner stores, it was predominantly black. Now, unless you were on like in North Newark, where there's a whole bunch of Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, maybe they did it there. But everywhere else, it was majority black people patronizing these corner stores. It wasn't Hispanics because they didn't live around there. So it's the same, but it's different. But I do know the bodegas in New York. I don't know if it's the same in New Jersey. The company, the Bodega Association, is out in Dominican Republic.
Yes.
So
yes,
it's not even an American company, but
yes, this I know.
Yeah, I think I heard it from you. So, and I didn't know that. So, yeah, they got a lot of political power too. and black people, we keep patronizing their stores instead of opening up our own, but whatever.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah, so but that was it. Mm-hmm.
Now you and Deeds sent me the video first of the Alabama Tuscaloosa Knicks and the Sticks video. You sent that to me first.
No, I didn't send that one. I sent you Sonia Macy. Massey. I sent you that one. Yeah.
Well, then maybe
I didn't send you this one today.
Maybe it was Deeds. Did you see the video? Do you care?
I did. I seen it on X. So I saw it like this morning on X.
Okay.
And it was interesting. I didn't really care too much. I mean, because my thing is, okay, there's the white guy, his friends, and he's setting the record straight to the other white guy, and I'm like, okay, that's what you should do. But more white people should do that. But, it is what it is. But I'm like, okay, but why? And I did hear somebody earlier say, why? I don't know, maybe it was you. Why would you take someone there on their birthday? It's like a little hole in the wall. So I'm thinking, okay, do they have really good food? Because, what is so special about that place?
Now, I don't celebrate. I don't celebrate my born day, but back when I did, I wanted to be at some place that I was familiar with, or friends and family. And if I get a little too intoxicated, I know that I can be either taken home safely, or I can get in a cab and go home.
Right. And that's one of the perks of patronizing places, like mom and pop restaurants, especially if you know the people there and they know you. I get it, but that was a place where they white friend invited them to. So, I think people just need to be careful on where they go and eat, especially out in the sticks. Yeah.
Well, what do you think about that? Black folk, still trying to be accepted, at white establishments, eateries, living around white folk, why not, pool your resources and patronize your own restaurants? Well, why do you have to go someplace and then we have to now see a video of some old rundown, au fait, and he said the N-word. So what? Why'd you even go there? That's my thinking. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. And that's what I'm saying. So maybe because, I'm from the north, I'm from the city. So I'm like, I'm going up in the woods to go eat. What is so special about this place? You in, what is it, Alabama, in the woods, in the sticks, right? Mixed in the sticks. Why? I don't want to go there. Why are you taking me? What's so special about this place? And it's for what? Your son's birthday. So I don't care if it's black owned or white. I don't want to go to a place like that. However, if it's black owned and you know how they have those juke joints and that's like you could call those historical monuments now because they're really non-existent.
Right.
However, this wasn't that. This was white, and you're in Alabama, and you're in the sticks. And why do I want to celebrate my son's birthday there? And who is the white friend? Is he a real close friend? So how did you let him persuade you to even go there in the first place? So, so how about you create your own and, stick to your own people in your own community.
Hey, are you going to start filming in your backyard? You and I spoke about that earlier.
Yeah, I have to go to Home Depot. That's,
do it, Dana.
I do want to get like a little thing because I'm seeing bluebirds and the red ones, and they're so pretty.
Do it. And when these niggas say,
and I'm inspired by the squirrel
niggas ask you a question, you say, Star told me to do. Yeah, film all the birds and animals in your backyard. Yeah, you goddamn right.
Yeah, because I'm like, because I sit out on a patio now in the morning, have my coffee. Right. I see the little rabbits. Sometimes the deer pop out. Right. But I'm seeing a lot of the birds, and it's like blue jays, and some of them are red and stuff like that. So it's like, it was an idea. So I think I am going to go and get what do you call those things you have for your birds? Where the little bird feeder thing.
They were bird feeders at first, but the squirrels took over. So I actually I made the holes bigger so that they're now squirrel houses, but they were bird houses at first. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Keep that in mind. The squirrels are going to gangster their way up in there. So don't try and get all cute and pretty for the birds. Squirrels going to get up in there. That's a whole fact.
Okay. All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. All right. Great to talk to you.
All righty. All right. Same here. Talk to you soon.
Bye now.
Bye.
Dana with the data, late night. Area code 984, good evening. Late night extended show. Yep, speed on the topics. 984.
Yeah. Yes. Hello. This is Peach Rose.
Hey, did you say Peach? Peach?
Yes, Peach Rose.
Hey, baby, what's cracking? What's going on, girl?
Yeah. You calling last callers? Yes. So I called in. That last statement that you made, China Mac is the new hip hop. I disagree with that.
China Mac. Whoa. Hold on. I said he is hip hop, and I'm not gonna let you disrespect him. Slow that down. Whatever your issue is, I like what he's doing. The topic is something totally different.
Okay.
Where we going?
And I do agree with him. I like his music too, but to say he is
China Mac is the truth. End of story. Where you going, Mammy? Where you going?
No, let's move on. You're right.
Let's move on.
What was the topic?
Can I ask where you're calling from? Where you calling from?
North Carolina.
Okay, born and raised, or you a New York transplant? You got you weighed up and you.
Well, I did. I did used to live in New York for about 7 years, going to school out there. But born and raised in North Carolina. Yes, yeah, and in Atlanta, all over really.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Stay with me. Let's have a conversation. How long were you in Atlanta, and why did you get out of there?
I was in Atlanta for 2 years during my middle school days, and I got expelled from 2 schools. Ended up moving.
Okay.
I'm a delinquent, so to speak. So I just, me and my family just moved around a lot. Yeah.
So you don't really have an insight on the Atlanta metro area. You were there for a short period of time, and you moved on, right?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think Atlanta is a cesspool. I think it's a shame what Black people are doing to it. Do you have any thoughts yourself?
I mean, from being expelled, me being a nerd, I find it highly toxic as well. If you're not from the area or a native, you will be excluded. So at first I was inspired because I was in Decatur, so that's right next to Atlanta. And that's the first time I ever seen like Black people with money. And that's the first time I ever seen somebody with a Lamborghini and the owner was a Black person. So Atlanta was amazing to me, but the cesspool of the debauchery is true. And I've seen that. And I live by certain morals, so that's why I ended up, getting kicked out of the schools a lot because, I'm about my business and a lot of people wasn't. They on some, I don't know, not in reality. I don't know. I guess I wasn't on their wavelength. And that's okay. Hey, that's okay. I'm also a racist. So,
let's go.
It is what it is.
Let's go. When's the last time you've been back there?
I did visit to go shopping one time underground, but that was like 4 years ago. Yeah.
Do you go to Lenox Mall or Cumberland Mall or North Point? Where do you go to go shopping?
That's probably the only one, probably the Lenox Mall, but I wanted to go to the underground one, but nah. Nothing like that.
Niggas have torn
I can go to South Carolina. There's places around here that I can go, like in Charlotte.
Niggas have torn that mall apart. It used to be a nice place to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Cumberland Mall, shootings up in Cumberland Mall. North Point Mall out over there where they got the Cheesecake Factory. It's sad what they're doing to that place. But okay, you have the floor. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, shoot, I really have nothing else to say. I just wanted to hop in. Thank you for having me. Oh yeah. Do you believe, I don't know if y'all have spoken on this already, but do you believe the Trump shooting, was it staged or a psyop for the masses?
Who gives a fuck? Let me ask you a question.
Okay, you're better at asking questions.
Are females soldiers in the army of Satan? Soldier. Now, hang on. Let me just lay it all out. Temptress of seduction. You can be a bum bitch. I'm not saying you are, but you can be a bum bitch, broke, busted, and disgusted, credit all fucked up. And an NBA player can be high off that shit, and he can want to put his face in your coochie. And you know what you can do to him with that coochie. And you manipulate him. You break his pockets. You then possibly, I'm not saying you, but you then could possibly extort the nigga, make the nigga pay you monthly. You can even let him skeet up in you to then push out a baby, a check baby that you really don't give a fuck about. Are females soldiers in the army of Satan? Take your time. There's no rush. Take your time, girl.
In the army of Satan or seduction, you said? What was that?
Satan, goddammit, I didn't stutter.
I wouldn't say Satan, no. Why would feminine attributes be evil or Satan-wise? I'd say it's a tactic. I mean, we can only use what we have. We don't have strength. You're stronger, you know what I'm saying? We don't have strength, so we just got to use what God gave us. And men like it. Y'all like the games. Y'all like our energy. So it's up to you to have boundaries and know what you're gonna let fly and what you're not gonna let fly. I mean, we can only get away with so much. Now, simps, on the other hand, that's a different story. But I would say yes. I would agree to that. Yes, we can be evil. Yes, we can be manipulative. But that's what we have to use. So it is what it is.
Don't you rush off the phone. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. When is the last time you had a nigga put his face in your butt cheeks and you knew good and goddamn well he had a wife and kids at home? Keep it real.
Never. I swear to God. And maybe unbeknownst.
Use a lie.
But
use
never,
a lie.
because I believe in girlhood and I believe in sister power. No.
Use a lie.
No.
Come on.
Nah, fuck it. I mean, who cares? I mean, y'all the internet people. I can cap up here and see, be sneaky. I don't know how I'm so good and how I got away with it, but I'm not that type. I don't believe in that. You got to have morals and stand. I just told you I got kicked out of schools, literally, for having morals and standing up for myself. So, somebody got to put boundaries down somewhere.
Girl, listen to me. You are my new female co-host. I just need you to keep it real. Come on. Let me ask you the question again. Just think and stop for a second. When's the last time you had a nigga put his face in your butt cheeks? You knew he was either married, he had a girl, and he had kids at home. The last time. Keep it real, please.
I can admit to flirting with a married man to get maybe some free food, but anything else, no, not having sex or nothing, or an affair or an entanglement or none of that.
I didn't say sex. I said you allowing him to reach his lowest point. Tongue all in your booty. Tongue all
what?
Listen to me, goddamn. Listen. You're not listening. Tongue all in your booty. You say, oh, he nasty, but you let him do it anyway. When's the last time?
Well, guess what? I've never done anal, Star. So I never done that. So I never had my other little tonguey in my little booty. Okay. My duty hole brown. I never had that. So, and it's okay. I'm not into that little freaky stuff like that.
Listen.
I like mine.
Listen, you email me. Let's get you back on the line, but I want you to really dig down deep next time and keep it G. You're holding back. I can tell.
Okay. How about this? Have you done it with a married woman and she got kids at home? They waiting on her to come home and fix them dinner. And she got a husband there. Have you still hit on the woman and did whatever?
Yes. High off that coke, jerking my joystick, and I said, bitch, don't you move until I'm finished. Yes. The fuck don't you understand? We talking that real shit.
Okay, that's you. You're a man. It's in you, I guess. But
Hey.
Men want.
Hey.
Let me say this.
We're done. Email me. Stay in touch. I want you back on the line. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Yes.
Good night. Goddamn right. Bitch, I'm high on this shit. Don't you move. Don't you move until I get off. Hold on a second. On the Code Podcast. Where are you? Okay, Star, I want to hear you. Oh, where are you calling in, sir? On the Code Podcast. Thank you for your support. Coach Gatz. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Coach Gatz, great to hear from you, man. Good to hear from you. I got you on the showrunner. YouTube.com/
What's good?
Coach Gatz.
What's good, man? I just want to say, first and foremost, man, I appreciate the love you've been showing me the last few days, man. I've been tuning in.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
You've been putting me on the showrunner, man. I appreciate it. For real, for real.
Appreciate you. Let's promote your platform first before we do all this extra shit, man. Hey, and I checked out your music. I enjoyed it.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Come on.
Hey, yo, that's what's up. That means a lot, man. That means a lot for you, man. You're a legend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? When I first hit you up, you know what I'm saying, I was in your neck of the woods. You feel me? I was in Emerald Isle.
You were in Emerald Isle.
And you know, so I was like, I gotta holler at Star off rip, you know what I mean?
And I appreciate that.
So that's how it went down. Yeah, you already know.
So you're also a producer, a writer. You've got a video on your platform that I want people to go there and see some behind the scenes with regards to your team in the studio. Tell us about your grind, man. Where did this inspiration come from?
Well, a lot of the inspiration came from just I wanted to kind of like I'm not trying to put like this. I'm an old school nigga, but at the same time, I'm not trying to live in the past. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I wanted to bring the elements of hip hop back, but at the same time, bring it back to a new era, to a younger era. They'll be able to appreciate it and whatnot. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I do a lot with the music, but also incorporate a lot of the, the graffiti, the DJing, the dancing, this, all those different elements into my music, because it's all real. Everything that you hear that I'm spitting or from the album or whatever, it's like things that I actually experienced, things that I actually lived. And I am building a team right now. I have videographers, I have photographers, I have radio DJs, I have everybody on the team right now. And we're trying to create a movement here in the city, the city, which is Raleigh, North Carolina, which is bubbling right now.
Right.
You're in North Carolina yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like,
if I
a hot spot.
If I can jump in, I'm going to be out in Raleigh in a couple of weeks. I'm got to come out to Durham, Raleigh, and some other spots.
Yeah.
When I heard your music and I listened to each and every track on your last album, the word that came to my mind was timeless. Timeless. A lot of times we get caught up on these labels. It's not a throwback. It's not necessarily old school. It's timeless. A lot of people, especially over in the UK, where they are fucking brilliant in terms of hip hop history and the origins and music that you create, they can appreciate timeless music. So I just wanted to say that, man, because what you're doing doesn't have a period per se. It's timeless. That's what I felt and thought when I heard your music. Timeless.
That's dope. That's dope. That means a lot.
Yeah.
That really means a lot, because the reason why it means so much to me right now, hearing you say that, is because that was the intention. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like that lets me know that I achieved the goal. Yeah. You know what I mean? I leveled up.
I recognize
and I already knew that presenting I appreciate it. Yeah. And I knew that presenting that to you was the right thing to do. That was I made the correct move by letting you, by putting that in your hands.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you.
Did you go into the community section and respond to people that were commenting under your banner?
Well, actually, you know, I remember you had sent me an email and you was like, "Yo, you need to go to the community section, comment, you know, whatever."
That's very
and
important.
I've seen a few,
very important.
Yeah, I've seen a few joints, and I made sure I commented.
Yeah.
But honestly, I've seen like a huge influx of, you know, supporters and people that's come from your platform that has reached out to me via Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and everything like that. It's like I'm still growing my YouTube. It's something that's new to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do more live streams and things like that. But right now I'm kind of like in the testing phase. So I'm just kind of like basically getting my equipment up and everything like that. And so I can, you know, go live more and then show people more behind the scenes. But like I said, I appreciate you giving me that push though, for real.
Now, when are you going to post a new track? I'm sure you've got a catalog of music. Yes. When are you going to post a new track?
Right, of course. So right now I'm in the process of I'm shooting like 2 videos for my current project. That's a Thoughts in Cursive project. Of course, like I say, you can follow me at Coach_Gats and on Instagram. I'm in the process of shooting 2 videos, and then also I'm currently in album mode. So I'm working on my next project. I dropped Thoughts in Cursive December of last year, and I'm planning to drop a new album December of this year too. I just want to go ahead and keep the ball.
Let me jump in.
You know what I'm saying? So
let me jump in. Even if the albums are not necessarily ready, put out a single every once in a while. Don't just get caught up on the album, because today's generation is just, you know, that they want constant, you know, content. Just put out something that you put together. It doesn't have to be something that you think is an album track, but just put something out, you know, and just say, "Hey, Star, I'll put out a new track and let's promote that." You feel me?
Nah, I feel you 100%. And I actually have a couple records right now that's really ready to go. I have you know, management that's been pushing me. The management has been pushing me to go ahead and just put out the videos for this current project and get that done with, so I can go ahead and focus on a new one and to go ahead and put these singles out. But I have an EP that's ready right now. I have singles that's ready right now. Everything is just, you know, I got to go ahead and get it done. So yeah, I appreciate that push from you, and I appreciate you promoting me on your platform. Of course, it's always love.
Let's
you know what I'm saying, for you, and I'm always going to fuck with you.
Get a track out, man. Don't worry about the whole EPK, the album, and the video. Just put a track out. Track out ASAP. All right.
Let's get it.
All right.
I got that for you off there. You already know.
Great to talk to you, man. Salute, Coach Gats.
Yeah, much love, man. Salute.
Thank you. Okay, salute.
Peace.
Coach Gats, that's a sponsor.